My name is David Seek. I'm the president of BT Services, a refrigeration company in Austin, Texas.
My name is Tim Seek. I'm with BT Services. I'm the vice president. So I oversee all the day-to-day operations of the company and just generally manage the business.
In the 21 years that we've been in business, we've installed refrigeration systems at over 350 grocery stores. BT Services is unique in our industry because we started from a standpoint of doing the very best job we can do. We want to be recognized in the market as the finest installation and service company and the finest installation service company to come work for.
As we've grown and gotten bigger, we've noticed that the way that we've operated the company since the beginning is becoming more and more difficult to continue doing as we get bigger. So we saw some needs like organizational needs, improved efficiencies, different areas where we just saw that our bottom line was getting hit a little bit harder as we grew. So we thought it was finally a good time to bring someone in to help us kind of clean that up and get us back on track. When the analyst comes in to look at your company, they're going to reveal a lot of things that you already know about your company. Maybe areas that you've known for a long time that you just haven't been able to put your finger on how to fix. But as we got into the numbers and really dug into it more and more, he was able to really drill down to some very specific areas that, to be honest, were pretty eye-opening for us. Things that we hadn't seen before, things that just from our level of expertise and knowledge of business in general were things that we were just not aware of or in tune with. So it allowed us to get a lot more perspective on our company as a whole, to see where some of the pitfalls were, to see some of the promising areas as well that we could continue to develop. But in general, was able to take our company and look at it from a numbers perspective and give us a good idea where we were at. He was able to point out to us a variety of different things, many of which were things we were very aware of already, just running the company on a day-to-day basis, but a lot of things that just because we didn't have the general business knowledge, at least to the depth that Brian does, that he was able to point out areas that we were able to improve on or maybe focus on a little bit more that were areas that maybe slipped through the cracks in the past. Brian met our expectations absolutely with what we were expecting, and then I think in a lot of areas exceeded them. In a lot of ways, Brian scared the heck out of us with a lot of stuff that he presented to us, but it was all great information because unfortunately, if you're not aware of a problem, sometimes it can jump up and bite you. So it was good to see the breakdown and the depth that he came in with. I can tell you in a short period of time and in just a 2 to 3 day period, I was not expecting that level of depth that he brought to the table at all. So that was a very pleasant surprise. What Flo brought to the table was perfect for us at the beginning. She's very relationship oriented, very focused on organizational steps to try to make sure that your company is set up the way it needs to be. Part of the issues that we ran up against was we had a lot of people doing duplicate processes, people stepping on each other's toes. So it wasn't very efficient. We didn't have people set up in the right places and the right job roles and duties. So once we were able to really spend the first month or so working with Flo on really breaking down the organizational things, it was extremely important for us to get that in perspective first and get that shored up before we could really move forward with the nuts and the bolts and the numbers and the different things that we needed to crack down on. Generally speaking, having project managers on site was a huge positive for us because it allows us to have an expertise that maybe people in our company didn't already have, but also gives us another set of eyes to look at a company from an unbiased perspective and give us some perspective that maybe we didn't have, or maybe it was too close for us to be able to see it initially. We spent a lot of time over the last couple of weeks really getting into our burden rates on labor, on the actual cost to have a crew on a job site and what the breakdown of those crews look like. So it's really given us a different perspective on not only what the bottom line is as far as profit when a job is concluded, but planning ahead and understanding what our goals are for that job before it starts and making sure we bid that job accordingly to set us up for success. So one of the things that I really liked about Cogent is it's not a set schedule that once it's done, it's done. We definitely have an open door with them to continue to pursue other opportunities, but also to follow up and have some accountability and continue to work on the things that we've set in place to date. It's definitely a long-term process for us. We've got a long ways to go, but I think one of the things that gives me a lot of hope is I think when we look back on the process with Cogent, that every step of the way I've seen improvement in different areas of our company.
I know that we're going to be a better company that can serve this industry and the people in this industry like it's never been done before.